Hey everyone, I'm Anthony. Welcome to Maritime Foam, and today I have kind of a big confession. I don't hate Ultra. Nerf Ultra is kind of like a branch of your family that you discovered, that you're related to. They make a really bad first impression. But over time, even though you see them not getting it quite right, you see how much potential there is. And as time goes on, you see them get a few things right, and you want to get to know them a little better. Because sometimes they really surprise you. And like any family, nobody's perfect. But, you still spend time with them. You want to be around them sometimes. And maybe eventually grow to love them? I don't know. We're just going to have to find out. One of the biggest problems with Ultra, honestly, it's not even that it's a new ammo type and it made people kind of grumpy, or that it wasn't necessary, or that the rounds kind of fall apart, or this weird condensed foam is, a bit weird. The biggest sin of Ultra is that you can't hit anything. And this was made even worse by the fact that some of the blasters, like the AMP, the Ultra 2, which is one of my favorites once I modded it, the flywheels aren't even aligned with where the dart goes in. And these darts that don't shoot very well or better to begin with are entering in, and they're doomed from the start, and they just fly off. Then came Ultra AccuStrike rounds, which promised to correct a few of the sins of Ultra. We're going to take a look at the Nerf Ultra Select, which to me is a really cool looking blaster. I love the idea of being able to swap between two clips. I don't know that I really see a need to have one of those clips have the old darts in them at all. Actually, I'm being premature. I've never fired an Ultra Select or an Ultra AccuStrike round, so we'll see. But I could see me just putting those rounds in both clips, maybe. But you know what? Well, I guess when we can get to know this new member of the family a little better together. Let's open it up. Whoa! Whoa! I almost dropped it. So all along, I thought these blasters looked a little gaudy, but I don't know. They have grown on me a little bit. I like the chunkiness of them. They certainly feel like a bit of a premium product, even if they haven't really performed like one. This one I think has a great profile. It skimps on the paint on the other side, like all of them do. It does feel cheap. I agree with all the people who say that, but that's not, I guess, my biggest concern. Again, the biggest sin is that they don't generally tend to fire very straight, or nearly as far as they used to say on the box. So to talk about the Ultra Select, this has a great look. It's pretty comfortable to shoulder, which is neat. It has that knuckle guard thing that a lot of the Ultra has, for when you really need to guard your knuckles when you're playing Nerf. So the big thing about this one is this is a flywheeler. I've put 6C batteries in here. I have not fired it yet. I have it right now on the regular Ultra Dart side. You change from one clip to the other by pulling this pump grip here. Now I have it on the regular darts. This puts it on the Ultra AccuStrike darts. I will say this thing, this is kind of a neat mechanic, but it's pretty loose in place. I would have hoped that it would be a little clickier in there, but we'll see if that's a problem or not. It has this triangular barrel, kind of makes me think of the Dart Zone Mark III a little bit. Carry handle, which kind of functions as a sight as well. I was going to say you could look down through the carry handle, but not really. You look above it, and that's fine. Rails up there, sling points. Let's see how this fires. And I'm going to use the regular darts first. That's kind of the other interesting thing about Ultra. Power has never been an issue with Ultra. I like about Ultra the same thing I liked about the Rival, or currently like about the Rival line, is that you get a little bit more power. You're closer to that 100 feet per second range, and that can make things a little bit more fun as long as you're, you're old enough to handle getting hit by those and firing them. I will say Ultra, even though it's getting kind of that same decent performance as Rival, generally the blasters are a little friendlier to Prime too. So, if it wasn't for all the other things, they would have that going for them as well. Yeah, this one performs pretty well. The fire rate was okay. The accuracy was better than the Ultra Amp, for sure. I would compare that one. It is, I don't know where it is. I think it's under a pile of thrifted blasters. Oh boy. Oh, wait. Was I actually firing? Oh yeah. So I guess I was actually firing the AccuStrike versions. So they were going okay. I'm going to flip the camera around and fire off around that way too. These clips are kind of neat. They have a transparent window in them, which theoretically is great because it lets you see how many rounds you have left. But they... Oh. If I actually put them in this way instead... now the clips are actually mirrored. That's kind of neat. So yeah, I can see on the, I don't know if I'm holding that in frame. I can see from the outside how many are left. I can see from the outside how many are left. So that's kind of neat now that I don't have them backwards, so that I am only seeing the black dark side of the rounds. So yeah, the spin up time is not too bad. Let's try some regular Ultra darts. They just went everywhere. One of them hit a target, but I wasn't even aiming at the target when it actually hit the target. So definitely from a very unscientific, just firing a couple, the AccuStrike versions definitely seem to fire straighter. Like almost any Nerf flywheel blaster, except for the Perseus or the Prometheus, the firing rate out of the box is a little underwhelming. I mean, you do have 20 rounds on board, which is cool. It is comfortable. This one might have really good mod potential as well. It's rough to buy a new blaster like this and feel like, ooh, for this to be fun, I'd have to mod it. That's kind of, if it wasn't for Canadian Tire points, I wouldn't have this guy right now. I wouldn't have paid full price for this at all. I mean, I still paid for it. I used those points on other things I could have spent on adult things, but I didn't. I spent it on this because I was really curious, because I wanted to see what the full auto Ultra was like. And now I know. I like this mechanic. I think this is kind of neat, switching back and forth between rounds, giving you 20. The actual clips are pretty nice. Let me just compare this with the clip from the Pharaoh. I need to talk about this one at some point. This one's kind of fun to use. This uses the same clip as the Ultra Pharaoh, just a bit of a different color scheme. I actually wish that the plastic was a little clearer on these rounds. I really like how much easier it is to see how many rounds you have left in these. It's tinted a lot darker in these clips. I'm going to load these back up with my Ultra Select rounds. They were on sale. I did get a box of rounds so that I could actually use Ultra Select in both clips, because you only get enough for one clip because they give you half these, which, they're trying to say that it's actually different tactics to use these over the other ones, which seems a little bit crazy. There have been some range tests. There have been some people saying they're getting a little bit more range with these, but I mean, it doesn't matter if you can't hit anything, right? I'm going to load these up using the power of fast forward. I just threw this clip in the first empty space, and it just so happened it was the wrong side. It's the side where I can't actually see my rounds. That's kind of an irritating thing if you have a bunch of clips, like to actually consciously make a decision of, ooh, I'll put this on the clear side and make sure this one's on the clear side. Just make the whole thing clear at that point. That would be a lot easier. That's kind of a weird little decision. That's a small gripe, I guess. I'll just turn the camera around. I'll let you guys kind of see for yourself, 25 feet away, how darts are flying. You won't have an exact measure of speed. I'm sure you can get that elsewhere from someone better than me, but it'll definitely give you an idea of how accurate it is and how likely you are to hit something. And I'll fire a few off from the Ultra 1, kind of side by side, and we'll see how they perform together. We are going to fire a clip full of regular Ultra. Here we go. Zero hits. Let's go over to the AccuStrike. I was not going full auto there because I was trying to give darts full potential to actually hit a target, and I had no luck. Here we go with the Ultra AccuStrike. That was certainly a lot better. I'm going to do one more clip so you can see full auto on this thing. This is using the AccuStrike darts. There you have it. If we're going to use Ultra, it has to be the new darts. Just quickly, I'm just going to fire a couple shots of a few other Ultra Blasters to give you kind of a comparison of if any of them are doing better with aim than the Ultra Select. I feel like some of those, the dart went a lot straighter than they usually do. Not very scientific. But definitely this are generally the straightest. My Ultra Pharaoh has not been that bad at all. There you have it, the Ultra Select. Let me know what you think. I mean, I think it is kind of a neat blaster. I mean, hey, it would kind of amuse me, though, to go out and play for a day and be the Ultra guy and having lots of gold chains and gold sunglasses or aviators and just looking like a jerk and playing all with Ultra. I feel like that'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would recommend, you know, run out and get this one. I'm going to be doing a Christmas top 10. A top 10 kind of targeted towards kids for the most part. I mean, I would have a hard time putting any of these on that top 10, honestly, except for maybe the Ultra 4. It's basically, trying to put that in backwards. It's basically the Ultra Jolt. It fires hard though. Oh, almost hit the target. It fires hard, it fires straight. These things were on for a while on Amazon for less than $7. I have kind of a stack of these. What a great single shot blaster. Just really, really neat, especially if you can get a good deal on them. You know, get 3 or 4 of them for the family to have little Nerf battles all using the same one. This is a good blaster. And for other consideration, I might still recommend the Ultra 2. I will say with the Ultra 2, it really suffers from that issue with the darts not lining up with the flywheels. It does vary from blaster to blaster. I have 3 of these. I've modded 2 out of the 3. One of them to fire Elites, another one to fire Mega. This one I kept stock, thinking, well, it'd be good to have one stock. This one barely works as is. I talked about Ultra 2 a bit a while ago, and it's a bit of a gamble. You might get one. I know one of the 3 that I had worked okay firing Ultra because it actually just happened to line up. Just a lot of inconsistencies in the production. So this one's a crapshoot. If you get a good one, it is a really cool blaster. And then I would also maybe recommend the Ultra 5. The Ultra 5 has an internal magazine. You load it through the top like this. I feel like it's just weird enough to load darts in there. I don't know. I don't know about a kid reco for this one. I will say, I don't like this knuckle thing. It makes it weird to hold it. Hit the target. Just like the Ultra 4, it fires straight. It actually works pretty well. So, I mean, this is another pretty decent one. Spoiler alert, my top 10 list is mostly springers. As much as I love flywheelers personally, I can't get too behind it as a gift for kids. I just think it's a big recipe for disappointment. That's my conclusion. My conclusion talks a lot about the other Ultra you should get, so maybe take that as a little bit of a sign. But yeah, I hope you found this valuable. I hope if you're thinking about this one, you know, maybe it intrigues you, maybe it warns you away. Either way, let me know. I think it looks cool. I mean, I will probably devote a little wall of my Nerf area to the Ultra Blasters. I think some of them look really neat. And you know what? That's worth something. As long as they're fun and you're having some fun with them, that's all. Hope is not lost. I feel like it's getting to the end of its run, but all hope is not quite lost. That's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate if you're a subscriber. If you're not, please do subscribe. That's fun for me. I also am pretty active on Instagram, where I kind of chart different things I've thrifted and just little hobby pieces that I'm working on. And I've just started looking at TikTok again and trying to have a little bit of fun there. So thank you very much. And until next time, bye-bye. Those Ultra darts are so bad.